I'm 16 years old. I was coming home from church. Some guys in a car, the glasses of the car were tinted. One of them came out to ask me for directions to a particular place. And I just pointed my hands and showing them that this is where you're going and all that. And I left, not knowing they were coming after me. So they dragged me into the car, closed my mouth, closed my eyes. They took me to a particular room. It was just a window. There was no lights. They were using threatening words. I'm going to kill you if you say anything. Around 12 to 1 in the night, the first guy came and he actually forced me to having sex with him. Immediately after that, the two friends came in too, and both of them slept with me. Around 3 o'clock that same night, the three of them still came back. They slept with me again. Then around 5, they just took me out in the car and dropped me at a nearby bus stop. When my dad came back and he sent me back to my mom here in Lagos, my mom took me back to school, and all this while I never knew I was pregnant. I was okay, up and doing, good to go. By the time I found out I was pregnant, I was 5 months and 2 weeks already. When we eventually found out that I was 5 months gone already into pregnancy, my mom was actually looking for a place for me to stay, because where we were staying before, the landlord asked us to move out, so there was no place for me to stay. Then my mom told a very close friend of hers, and her friend just said she shouldn't worry, that she's going to look for a place, and they directed us to PBO Foundation.
Yes, the motive for setting up the Pastor Bimbo Odukoya Foundation was actually to maintain the ministry that she accomplished during her lifetime. It was such a flourishing ministry, blessing humanity, particularly the youngs and those aspiring marriages at the time, until she passed on to glory. It wasn't a thing we were all expecting at the time it happened, so it met us all of a sudden. So it became necessary to do something almost immediately, that we gather together everything she was doing and still make it available for people to be blessed by it. So working with the government, so we take care of battered women, and of course we come strongly against violence in marriage. So these are what we do in PBOF. I'm a little more than this. Basically, this is what we do.
Now the foundation is a platform to touch lives and help people. I believe through the foundation we can reach more people, we can reach more women, more girls, and save their lives and point them in the right direction, which is God.
When you think of the woman, Pastor Bimbo Odukoya, and the legacy she left behind, she spent her whole life was about service to God and service to humanity. And the foundation just continues where she left off. It's about service to humanity. And what PBO has done has decided to focus on the woman and the female child, protecting. There's so many things that you hear today, the abuse that happens and domestic violence, kids being raped, children, women, and there's nothing that's really being done. And a lot of people sympathize, but sympathy is not enough. Some people empathize, empathy is not enough. The foundation is there to actually not just be about it, not just talk about it, but be about it, to do what everybody would like to do, I guess ideologically, but don't get a chance to do. And so they've picked up where she's left off about serving people, serving humanity, and creating a safe haven for the woman and the female child.
My husband had a quarrel, so he started beating me because of that. I could not be able to walk. He beat me that night to the extent wanted to kill me and throw us outside late at night. PBO Foundation rented the house for me and do other things.
Hope House started about some years back, 2005, and we started gradually from, the single girls, that made mistakes and left their parents, and from there we moved on to domestic violence, women that have been battered one way or the other, and that is why PBO is there to help these young ladies, women, battered girls, battered women to start a good life.
Hope House is a project for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. So people who have been victimized by their parents or gang raped or any of such issues. What we do at Hope House is that we bring them into our shelter and we provide for them feeding, we feed, we clothe, and we provide health services for them, and we also provide psychosocial support. We have an in-house psychologist who helps and works with them to get over the trauma of going through these experiences, and they come out better people. They stay in the shelter for a minimum of we have a maximum stay of 2 months, and they stay with us for 8 weeks, and then we take them through all of our programs. We also teach them vocational skills, because most of the women that come to the shelter are usually semi-illiterate and they are not empowered. So we empower them via vocational skills. We teach them in such a way that they are able to go back and fend for themselves, particularly for the ones who do not go back to their husbands or to their families, and they're able to fend for themselves.
We've had different cases, even young girls, decent girls being raped, and that confusion sets in. And once confusion sets in, there are a lot of other things that follow. But PBO is a resting place. It's a place to help them to come back to reality. That even though something like that happened to them, that's not the end of the world. We want to encourage them to pick up the pieces and, move on in life.
PBO taught me self-confidence, that anywhere I am or anywhere I go to, I'm bold enough to say, yes, I got pregnant, and yes, I gave birth to her, and yes, she's alive today. Also, PBO taught me forgiveness, because it was very, very hard for me to forgive. At that particular point, it took me weeks to think about it and just try to forgive those who got me pregnant. So PBO taught me many things, encouraging words. PBO taught me how to read the Bible, because when I got there, I was very, very serious with God. That was where I got to know God more. That was where many of my experiences with God happened, and I'm very glad that I came to PBO.
In a world where poverty, child abuse, negative sociological and environmental factors mold the upbringing of a child, the lasting outcome are low self-esteem, violent tendencies, abusers, and bad leaders. Correcting these anomalies can be difficult, especially when the child is not exposed to moral and value-oriented mentors. This 8-day peer education for prefects in public schools seeks to address some of these challenges.
If we begin to build them from here, it's a matter of time. It will affect our government and will affect our nation.
Having been exposed to activities, lectures, and orientation, these prefects say they've discovered who they are.
They've been taking us through step in making good decisions and also to be a good prefect at school.
Because there are some people that they really have potential there, but they've not discovered it.
I've learned about my rights, how to make the right decisions, my personal hygiene.
I work with the Pastor Bimbo Odukoya Foundation as a financial partner. Other than keeping Pastor Bimbo's messages alive and spreading the word, as it were, one major thing that the foundation does that I am so happy about is a home. Call it a shelter, call it whatever. But you see, for me, it is giving people, women that would ordinarily not have a lifeline. It is, I think it's called Hope House, and it's actually, for me, it's actually giving hope. Because a lot of these women would probably have fallen off, committed suicide, gone into prostitution, even possibly be dead, from domestic violence and battery at home. But they have a shelter where they can go to, and that is giving a lifeline. This shelter, they go there, they know that they have succor. People will not judge them, they won't be condemned. They come in there, and by the time they are ready to leave, what you see is a changed person.
Pastor Bimbo can give everything she has right now if she thinks that's what you need.
This is what everybody should invest in. Investing in life will yield seeds. Our lives will never be the same for supporting people who are in need. It is impactful. It is amazing. I am short of words to describe what is happening in Pastor Bimbo Odukoya Foundation.
I want to encourage everyone out there. You are looking for something you can do for the Lord. You are looking for a way to reach out to people and actually touch lives. This is your opportunity. This is a platform you should take advantage of.
The issues we're talking about are societal issues, and of course we have a lot of cases. And for every intervention, money is required. Apart from the fact that we need a lot of materials, human resources, material resources to cater for these people, we need money. We need to run the home. We need to pay the rent. We need to we need to buy food. We need to sustain them, medicals, in some cases legal, police cases. Up until now, it's been some few individuals and the Fountain of Life Church who have really supported this ministry. But now that it has gone totally autonomous as a not-for-profit, it becomes necessary that we just have to collaborate with other organizations with similar things as we're doing, or similar vision as we're doing, with others who really would like to support as a kind of backward integration to society. I mean, you can bring your funds, we'll make good use of them transparently, and we'll be able to account for them cover for cover. And of course, we cooperate with government, because government send us people, they have issues. So these are the kind of homes that they themselves coordinate and they regulate, and they send us people. So yes, we need your support as much as we can. And thank you for being such a wonderful support.
I will want to say a very big thank you, because it's not easy on anyone taking care of pregnant women. They have a lot of don'ts, they have a lot of likes, they have a lot of dislikes, but yet they came in, they partnered, they gave their full support. I just want to say I'm very grateful. I'm showing my gratitude to them by saying a very big thank you. And if I was given the opportunity, I would love to work with them, because they are really, 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 really good and nice people.
Leave a man upon the sand. lákòókò ẹ̀dá láyé, ìgbà lágbà, ìgbà ń súré, ìgbà ò lọ bí òréré, bá a fẹ́ gbà mú gbà, ìgbà ò ní gbà, ìgbà mẹ́ta nígbà ẹ̀dá láyé, ìgbà òwúrọ̀, ìgbà ìyálẹ̀ta, ìgbà àṣálẹ́, a lè rí ìgbà mú so ìjì nígbà.